Ave Regina, Mater misericordiae, vita dulcedo, estes nostra salve.
Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Alleluia, alleluia, alleluia. The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Someone in the crowd said to Jesus, "Teacher, tell my brother to share the inheritance with me." He replied to him, "Friend, who appointed me as your judge and arbitrator?" Then he said to the crowd, "Take care to guard against all greed, for though one may be rich, one's life does not consist in possessions." Then he told them a parable. There was a rich man whose land was produced a bountiful harvest. He asked himself, "What shall I do? For I do not have space to store my harvest." And then he said, "This is what I shall do. I shall tear down my barns and build larger ones. There I shall store all my grain and other goods." And I said to myself, "Now as for you, you have so many good things stored up for so many years. Rest, eat, drink, and be merry." But God said to him, "You fool, this night your life will be demanded of you, and the things you have prepared, to whom will they belong? Thus will it be for the one who stores up treasures for himself, but is not rich in what matters to God." The Gospel of the Lord.
The Gospel begins with a classic scenario that we see in many families squabbling over an inheritance. And Jesus is counseling us that yes, we need to take care of our material things for the sake of the way we build our family, for the sake of the way we manage households, and for the sake of the fact that we do need things to live on. And yet, we may be easily preoccupied with our stock portfolios over what awaits for us in heaven. And the world is a very, very, very tenuous place. As you know, we're looking at this today. Look what's going on in Israel. Look what's going on in the Ukraine. And these are the ones that are getting all the attention right now. But there's so much conflict in the world, which it's always been there. It's tenuous. And Jesus is advising his listeners to look at what lasts forever and to pay attention to that. We don't discard our material obligations, but at the same time, we should be very, very careful to place in higher regard our eternal situation where Christ is leading us. Sometimes it appears that we have more faith in the amassing of wealth, which could be gone tomorrow or within the hour even. And St. Paul reminds us that what was credited to Abraham was he believed what God promised. He believed in the resurrection. I encourage you in this time, especially when you see all this struggle in the world, to meditate on going to heaven, to meditate on what it takes to go to heaven, to dream about being in heaven, to look at where our priorities must lie. Our final destination should be forever, not to end with broken wealth, but to end in a life here on earth for the glory of heaven.
Regina Celi, letare, alleluia, qui bless you.